My name's Kai. This is Becky. She's acting as my colleague in part two of AT5 for Assess Coexisting Needs. We just had the talk with Susanna, and now we're doing the part two where we speak around what happened and see if we can change anything and what benefits were, etc. So Becky, in my conversation with Susanna, I was just wanting some feedback from you and seeing if you do anything different, if you think I did good things. So at the start, we spoke around her getting GP appointments for the children, as she had a goal to get the children's health and well-being started back up and try to get them on track.
Has she actually made any appointments? Or
She said she had an appointment on the 6th, and after that appointment, she's going to go get a mental health plan there, and then we could look at what she has, see if she can get into the counsellors, just to see what they sort of assess would be good for her, for the children, sorry. And then take further steps with something like Headspace or any other sort of child supports for their own mental health. Maybe CAMS. I doubt that it would meet that criteria, but just so we can get an area so we can see what we need
so
to
I'd
do.
just keep an eye on that date, I guess, and just make sure that those appointments are being met.
Yep. And in our next appointment, we're going to go further into it, and then we can make those further referrals to support that she might think are good, that we think are good. She's also been having trouble getting the kids in a stable environment after it all. Just having trouble in mornings and stuff, getting them clean to go to school and doing lunches, and just those basic sort of supports. I was really big on getting her children's mental health on track first and our own mental health on track first prior to doing this, but I did suggest that there are services that we could refer to in our next session that could come into the home and help her with these sorts of things.
Because some of those things, some home help might actually help with her mental health if she's able to get those on board, so that's a good strategy.
Yep. She also needs some financial support given her assets. She's currently on sick leave and her husband's assets are frozen at the moment. So I've offered to give any support letters to Centrelink because she's having some issues with them at the moment. And we're also going to reassess after the meeting with the GP financial counsellor around what we can do, if there's any supports we can help with, or what the financial counsellor advised for her to do.
So she got enough money at the moment, like she's able to meet?
She said she's got enough money at the moment, so she's able to meet certain things, but it's just getting that ongoing payments after she starts to sort of run out of that money. And of course, we don't want her to go into negatives or use her savings.
Yep.
For her own mental health, she has a goal to look after her own health and well-being. I've told her to go get a mental health plan from a GP, and that's pretty much just a starting point. And then also just practicing little self-care things like having, if you have a tough time, like with a partner in prison at the moment, going out in the car after and listening to a song before driving home, or going for a little walk just to clear her own mind before going back into an environment with her children.
Yep. Sounds good.
We also spoke around her hopefully getting a counsellor to have when she's having prison contact with her husband in prison.
Yep.
Hopefully we could get someone in place after she does her GP appointment to have before and after the meetings, or even after the meetings or before.
Is that for your support, you mean? Just to support her?
Just to support her and talk her through it and help her debrief after it, or help her prepare before it if she's really anxious. So I think that's a really good starting point, but it's really just getting the GP appointment and the mental health plans in place for a start.
Yeah.
And then for her final goal with her relationship with the paternal parents.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Yeah, she said that she had a family counsellor appointment. It didn't really go great. Recently, the annoyance hasn't been that bad. She's been doing small strategies like keeping the phone unplugged at certain hours of the day.
Yep.
She's had some days where she's had it unplugged all the time. And if they do come to the house, it's only for brief little check-ins. So it's just saying hi to the kids, and she doesn't feel like she's being harassed at the moment. So everything at the moment is going pretty smoothly. It's just getting those initial GP appointments in place for her and the children, and then we can reassess from there. And we've been able to talk about a lot of stuff with her goals and what she really wants from the goals, and how we can sort of get to that point in the near future. Just needing some really basic things done first, and she sounded really on board with that.
Yep. That sounds really good.
All right,
All right. Thanks for that. You're doing a good job.
thanks, Becky.
Thanks.